Rasslin Cafe. Bitch! Bitch! Bitch!
You damn right. What's up, y'all? The motherfuckers that set the bar for the podcast world, y'all. What up? This is the Rasslin Cafe Podcast. I'm your boy Killer K, and I got my co-host with me, Big Southern. What up, dog?
What's happening, man? Just chilling.
Cool. So yep. This is podcast number 6, and we're fucking dumb, man. We're recording this shit on July 4th, bro. Everyone is probably sleeping. It's morning time, if you guys, care to know. Like, at least for me, it's like about 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. Homeboy over there, it's later, but it's all good.
It is 11 o'clock.
It's all good. But hey, regardless of the holiday, depending on what holiday it is, I guess, it's how we roll. We just had to get one out there because we got the Great Balls of Fire coming up.
Yeah, very soon.
In about 5 days. And it just seems like for my schedule, man, this day was fitting because one of my kids just started track, and I gotta get up hella early and bike down there, which reminds me, I just bought a tandem bike this weekend, bro. I feel like a fucking kid in a candy shop when I'm on that thing,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, I just let my kid do all the work, I'm like, shit, man, this is payback for all the bad shit. But I having a blast,
just got
though.
you a basket to sit in.
Yeah, man, I gotta, actually later this week, I'm gonna go look for some sort of basket or rack or crate or something, because it's so fucking hot around here. It's been like in the hundreds these past couple of days. And shit, bro, like 3 blocks down, water's already warm. You know what I'm saying?
Oof.
Ain't no point. My kid like, can we go buy ice cream? I'm like, shh, it's gonna melt, man, by the time you walk outside.
Yep.
But it is what it is, man. Dad gotta do his thing, hustle, grind daily. Like I said, it's the 4th of July. You got any plans for tonight?
Oh, man. The only thing I got planned is watching SmackDown. That's about it.
Yeah, I got invited somewhere, but, with my kid having track tomorrow, which I thought, the way they scheduled it, I'm sitting there thinking, shit, man, why couldn't we start this shit like the day after? After the 4th of July. Because my kids might want to do something or not. I don't know. Because over here, man, like around 10 o'clock at the river, they have a fire display show where they just start showing up all these fireworks, cute little pretty ass colors and shit. But it's one of those things. It's just like watching the same show every week, Because when my kids ask me that, I'm like, just gonna do the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still have the video from the one that we did 2 years ago. I'm telling you, they're gonna show the same thing. And
yes, sir.
I go, do you really want to deal with all that traffic? and people be in a rush to get out, cars not watching where they're going. Cause I cannot record a podcast from the hospital. So,
No, sir.
but I don't know. We'll see. You know, I got 3 girls for anyone that cares, and I'm the only dude in the house. So it's like the numbers game. I gotta do,
Yep.
but gotta do what I gotta do. But we'll see. Um. Anyways, enough about us. In the wrestling business, in the wrestling industry, as far as what we're hearing, what we're seeing, first off, condolences goes out to the Hart family for Smith Hart passing away this past weekend. I believe it was due to prostate cancer, and Smith Hart, and I'm not even gonna front. I didn't even know who this guy was, but apparently he's Bret Hart's brother. So,
Yeah.
and apparently he passed away at the age of 68 on Bret Hart's birthday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Bret Hart has had some,
It's a rough time.
yeah, because all over the web, the people I read about and hear, the podcast, whatever, and fans, a lot of people are saying that Bret Hart he just turned into an old, bitter man. I mean, what do you
That's
think?
what I've heard the same thing.
It's like he's upset, about how things turned out for him.
Yeah.
I mean, would you blame him? I mean, come on. He lost his career due to a kick to the head. Then he also lost his brother due to horrific accident with the company he used to work for.
Yep.
So somebody fucking come out here and tell me, are you supposed to be happy and go lucky? When you go through that shit. I'm not saying be a dick every day, but it is what it is. But bottom line is condolences go out to the Hart family, family and friends over the loss this past weekend. Our social media, I should have plugged that a moment ago, at the Rasslin Cafe on Twitter and at Big Southern on Twitter. Anything else you'd like to share news-wise?
No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right at this moment.
Well, let's talk. What about rumors? Have you heard any rumors? I'm hearing that as far as the E is concerned, as it relates to direction, I'm hearing Alexa Bliss for SummerSlam vs. Nia Jax. Yeah, Nia Jax. Which we can get into that later. If not, we can talk about it now briefly. But I just think I don't see the connection. It sounds like a good match, but they're both going to be heels. So
yeah.
But then again, like Vince said, there's no more baby faces and no more heels. No such thing anymore.
Yeah, that's nonsense, though.
I kind of agree with them because it's like, how can you make a baby face or a heel when the crowd really they're gonna fucking cheer for whoever they want? You know what I mean? It's not like back in the day because who these days in the modern time of wrestling, it's hard to be a fucking heel these days.
Yeah, it is.
To get true heat. Who said it yesterday? I beamed through a fucking article. It was Kurt Angle, but I think he was, as they say, towing the company line. They did not an interview with WWE, but some other website, but he was pretty much just giving Jinder Mahal, some praise, saying that's real heat right there. I mean, it's Jinder Mahal, man. Is that heat, real heat to you, or is that fuck you, get off my TV kind of heat?
I think that's more of get off my TV heat. You suck, Heat.
Yeah, there's a difference there. And speaking of SmackDown, I know you're gonna gloat here because you last week was Money in the Bank, if memory serves.
Yep.
And Carmel, no, not last week. It was 2 weeks ago, I think, right?
It was last week. No, 2 weeks ago. That's right. Yeah, because they just did that. They redid the ladder match again last week. That's what it was. The Money in the Bank match for the women.
Yeah, so Carmella ended up winning that match by herself, as it was stated.
Yeah.
And I don't know, who knows where she's gonna head. Lana was unsuccessful. I mean, challenging Naomi, but
Okay, so from what I heard about that match, I think they are going to have another match at oh goodness, what's I guess
Battleground.
at Battleground, because they are saying that Lana and clearly when Naomi went to pin her, her shoulders were knocked down on the mat. She basically didn't. So she pinned her, but from what I'm hearing, that's something that Lana is probably going to bring up, that she didn't actually get pinned. So it's going to be another match potentially for Battleground.
In my opinion, bottom line is just a transitional feud until something happens with the Money in the Bank
Yeah, that's what I'm
woman's
thinking
wiener.
myself.
So sorry, Lana, you're just a placeholder for now. But
Yeah, but a
enjoy
real nice looking one.
enjoy the limelight.
Yes.
Going back to Kurt Angle, on that interview, he also noted that Rusev would be a good opponent for him due to the styles that they have. He says he could see him and Rusev having a good match. I don't know, I'll send you that article later, but, do you think most of these wrestlers, man, when they do interviews, they just say shit just to be
Politically correct with the company?
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times they do, because there's some things that they can say and certain things that they can't say, so they try to, tread lightly.
Yeah, I understand that to a degree, but there's but I've noticed over the years though, there's some wrestlers, man, that say certain shit, but they don't say it. I don't have any examples in mind right now, but they'll come out and say shit, but it doesn't sound like they're directly bashing the company. Like Stone
Yeah.
Cold does it all the time. I mean, he's not bashing the company; he's just questioning the booking. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like he was saying, "What the fuck is Lana doing?" I'm paraphrasing it though. In one of his previous podcasts, he was questioning the booking of Lana. Like, out of nowhere, she just gets a title shot. She just asked for it. She didn't wrestle. She didn't climb up the rankings. This is an old school talker talking.
Yeah.
And that we at least in my opinion, I think the reason why she got the opportunity is because, like I said a moment ago, is to be a placeholder until something else happens, like with the Money in the
Yeah.
Bank winner, and just to pop ratings. Because as you can tell by hearing the crowd, they love Lana.
Yeah. And I don't think they had anything else for her to do at the time, and I guess they want to use all the women. So, it would make sense for them to use her, but if if anything, I think that she should have at least been in the ladder match, and another female should have been the one that was actually challenging um uh Naomi for the belt.
The way I see it, man, they should have just not even had that match because at Money in the Bank, fuck it. What's the big deal of not having the women's championship defended on the on a pay per view? I mean, you go look at Brock, motherfuckers barely defending it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, it ain't no big deal to me, but you already know a lot of people wanted to see Lana, because Lana did tweet out something, to Daniel Bryan pleading to be. No, I think it was to Shane McMahon pleading to be in that ladder match, and he basically just told her that didn't have anything for her to do, and she brought her little fine ass out there, and she made her way. So
Rusev, where is Waldo? When the fuck do you think he'll return, bro?
I don't even know, man, because they have given so many dates on that. I'm like, wow. So I have no idea. And while we on the subject of Lana just might beat Naomi for that belt. Third time is the charm.
Yeah.
I think she might beat her.
Okay, so the Money in the Bank winner over there is Carmella. So Lana wins it. Do you think that's to help facilitate because so is Lana a face or a heel?
Lana she's a heel. She's supposed to be a heel, but like we were talking about earlier, the crowd is going to cheer whoever they going to cheer. So they are going to cheer Lana. It's mostly men. It's the men that's really cheering for Lana because she's fine. Can't help it.
I wonder how it would be, man, if she dropped that Russian accent, and just played a different character, like an all-American character.
I think that she still would get cheered.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like just to help the face turn, so to speak.
I think that she needs to drop that accent too, but I don't know, man. Because like with the show that she's on with for the WWE, that Total Divas, she don't even use that accent at all. She just talks the way that she talks. And, I don't get it. I think they need to go ahead and drop that.
Some people will say, no, don't drop that because it's not gonna be consistent with the booking because she's portrayed as this Russian character for the past few years. But like you were saying though, on Total Divas, she don't use that. So I don't know, but the powers that be might be thinking, oh, some people don't watch Total Divas, some people don't watch this or that or this. I'm like, I don't know, man. The booking, it just don't make any sense to me. But who am I to judge? I'm just a fan sitting on my couch, and no, I'm not one of those internet wrestling community fucks where people say, "Oh, you could talk a lot behind the fucking keyboard at your mom's basement." Bitch, I ain't living in no. I own my motherfucking home. Plus, I ain't got no basement. But so yeah, I mean, we're recording this on July 4th. The John Cena, your favorite wrestler, is returning.
Not my favorite wrestler.
He apparently is going to be returned as a free agent. They're going to open a program with that.
Yep.
They got the Independent Battle Royal. But I don't remember. Oh yeah, and they got that wrap off. I'm actually interested to see that. See how big
wrap off.
Yeah, wrap off between New Day and the Usos tonight.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man, freaking
So
nonsense.
yeah, well, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the E is just like fucking ain't nobody gonna be watching anyways because they're gonna be out fireworks and barbecue and whatever. So maybe they're just gonna mail in the episode tonight because um nobody's gonna be watching.
I think that the reason why they got John Cena to come for the 4th of July is so that they can get ratings. But I don't know who in the hell is going to turn on the TV just because he's going to be on. I don't care. I was going to watch it either way.
I hear you, bro. A lot of people are gonna be DVRing the fucking uh program tonight, or just catch it on YouTube, whatever. But um, last week apparently WWE was orgasming because they had 3 days of main events for
Women.
women, and
Mm-hmm.
it didn't click. But I'm like, huh, I'm seeing a fucking pattern here. First, it was Raw, their women's main event with that match with all the gauntlet, and then
The
it was
gauntlet match, yep.
Money in the Bank rematch Tuesday, and then it was Nikki Cross, I think it was, and Asuka on Wednesday, and I heard that was a kick-ass match.
Yes, it was.
And I think they both got a standing grounding ovation or whatever at the end of the match. But so yeah, I hear because they're trying to get everybody ready for the Mae Young Classic. Like, bam, here's all these main events for women, seg to the thing, because I think the taping begins for that tournament July 13th, if memory serves. So
yeah, and that Mae Young Classic is going to be really good. I really believe so.
I'm actually going to check that out, bro. I don't hardly...
Me too.
Well, actually, I just got an email this weekend that my fucking subscription was canceled. You mentioned Money in the Bank. Nigga over here didn't have Money in the Bank, so they fucking canceled my subscription. So
wow,
I gotta go find me $9.99, which I got, but I'm not in a hurry to reactivate it. As long as I reactivate it by this Sunday, I'm good.
Yeah.
Which segues into the prediction for the Great Balls of Fire, unless you have anything else to add.
No, sir. Goodness gracious, Great Balls of Fire.
Set aside the name. To me, it just looks like a one-man show. Yours truly on the RasslinCafe.com wrote a brief blog about the Great Balls of Fire and talking about where it goes. But Southern and I, we will discuss it here. And if you want to read it, go check it out. If not, you can just listen to us, or you can do both. Fuck it. But yeah, so we got the crew. I'm gonna start with the matches that fuck, dude. Why? It's not official, but I'm assuming it's gonna be on there. But it's not gonna be on the kickoff match because the Cruiserweight Championship is gonna be on the kickoff. But Goldust, I'm gonna get this shit out of the way. Goldust and R-Truth, bro.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a kickoff show match right there, definitely. I mean, come on now.
I don't think it deserves to be on the main show. No disrespect to Goldust or R-Truth or anything, man, but
no disrespect, but put it where it belongs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, we're recording this the day after Raw. I mean, the last thing that happened between these guys, Goldust came out to the ring, and he fucking showed his Shattered Truth Productions, which was basically showing him beating the crap out of R-Truth the previous week.
Yeah.
And R-Truth was in the ring eating popcorn. Then he just ended up bombing on Goldust, and Goldust retreated. Which, when the heel retreats like that, the general reaction is to boo. But I didn't see that match, but I heard that nobody gave a fuck about that match. There was like no crowd reaction.
No, nobody cared.
You made it through Raw this week, right? You didn't fall asleep?
Yeah, I made it through it. I didn't want to, but because I think this last night's Raw, oh, it sucked. The last couple before this one, they were decent, and I think they were decent for a lot of reasons, as far as Brock and Samoa Joe, but and some other things, but this yesterday, ooh, man, it sucked bad.
Yeah, the main event was Apollo Crews against
Strowman.
Strowman, and of course, the whole point behind that segment was to pop the crowd with Roman Reigns' return. Which, if nobody doesn't follow the E as much as we do, basically, when they're gonna fucking keep telling you that somebody's not here,
Yeah,
they're there.
yeah.
I mean, you knew he was in the fucking ambulance. Go search that on YouTube if you didn't watch it. Because this is, I'm gonna recap the whole show. But let's see. So the cruiserweight, I can't pronounce that motherfucker's name. Was it Kazawa or whatever?
Yeah, I think so.
Tozawa.
And then we know how to say Neville's name.
Yeah, Neville. I think. Let's see. So I keep saying I subscribe to How You Look on TV. I think he's gonna drop the title this this weekend.
I think it's about time for him.
Yeah. Because originally I really thought Austin Aries was gonna be the champ, but
Yeah, me too. Speaking of Austin Aries, I heard that they are going to try to do something else with him, take him out of the cruiserweight thing, and actually put it. I don't remember if it's SmackDown that they are talking about putting him on. I can't remember, but that was something that I heard, that they were going to pull him out of that cruiserweight stuff and actually just put him against guys over the cruiserweight. Um, they are gonna put him against people like AJ Styles and all of that kind of stuff, which that's what he was doing anyway before he came to the WWE. He wasn't considered as a cruiserweight.
yeah, I read about that too, and I think they just used him for the cruiserweight just to help boost
it. Yeah.
But he belongs battling with the big dogs, man. He's a great talent.
So before we go any further, we got to go back to that Truth and Goldust match and see who's gonna win that. Don't care, but
I know I forgot. Sorry, my bad. We just talked about it, but I think I'm calling Goldust on that one.
I think I'm gonna go with you with that, Goldust.
I think the reason why is because it's gonna be Goldust's last hurrah. So let's give him a decent run. R-Truth. He already done, as he would say, got. So he's just there just to quote put people over. And that sounds weird as fuck when you're talking about a 49-year-old being put over. But he, Truth, his role is just a comedic thing. Like,
yep.
like
Mm-hmm.
like a Santino kind of deal. But
Yeah,
Santino was way better.
I agree.
Especially that episode with Sheamus, Tea Time with Sheamus and Santino. You guys haven't seen that? YouTube that. That was fucking hilarious. It was an episode of Raw where they were in England, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, I think so. Neville's, I think he's gonna drop it. What do you think for that one?
Yeah, I think it's time for Neville to drop it. So I'm gonna go with Neville is gonna drop it.
What do you think he goes from here? Since I don't follow 205 that much.
Well, I'm sure he's gonna stay, chasing the title. I mean, I know good and well they are not gonna have him to drop the title. Then turn. Well, I'd hope they don't play hot potato with it. But I'm thinking that he's gonna definitely get a couple rematches, and I don't know if all of his rematches are gonna be failed attempts or whatever. But yeah, I think he's gonna have a feud with old boy. I just don't know how long.
I really, even though I don't watch 205, he's the only when he's on. He's the only thing that reason why I pay attention to the cruiserweight division. You know, I love his
Neville.
I love his
Yeah.
character, man.
Yeah, but there are some other guys that's with the cruiserweight thing. They are really good dudes.
Yeah, I agree. Athletically, but I'm talking. You got to entertain me with your mic skills. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's his
Yeah,
face? Neville is kicking ass, man, on the mic and just playing that role, like using people to his own advantage, like what he was doing with TJP.
mm-hmm.
Shit, the only thing I like about TJP, man, is his fucking theme music. Sounds like a video game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to tie the two together because of the match that I'm mentioning next, and that is the best match on Raw last night. I didn't really enjoy Raw last night. I was looking forward to the Joe Brock build up, but as I posted on Twitter, that was a weak final build up between the two. But
Yeah.
old school
Yep.
bookers will say that was fantastic. You know, you separated them, you got the crowd wanting more. That wasn't the reason why it was a big build up for me. Somebody should have just, got the last laugh in or something like that, or somebody should have got the momentum, in my opinion. But what do you think, bro?
Yeah.
Quickly.
I really honestly thought that Brock was gonna at least get, one in on Samoa Joe, because Samoa Joe already pretty much dogged Brock Lesnar out twice. And, because, he caught Brock with that kick to the face the first time. Then he caught Brock from behind and put him in that dang, I can't pronounce that dang move, but he locked him in that and had Brock about to go to sleep.
Coquita Clutch, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. And then come up on this Raw, I'm like, man, surely Brock is gonna catch Joe slipping. Nope, didn't happen. So I don't know what the deal was with that.
Yeah, we'll elaborate on that. I'll give my thoughts if I remember later on. But last night, the best match, in my opinion, was Finn Balor against Cesaro for the show. Because, at least from memory, and I'm just strictly talking about the E, nowhere else, but that's the first time I ever seen those two wrestle. And I thought it was a good match. And I was thoroughly entertained.
And in my opinion, I think that if anything, that should have been the main event.
Yeah, but
It,
Roman Reigns, he always has top billing, so.
shit. Yeah.
Man, guys, this guy over here, bro, y'all, he just does not like Roman Reigns for whatever
I do not like
reason.
Roman Reigns at
So
all.
I don't think in the past podcast, man, if you want to cut a brief promo, I'll give you like a minute and a half if you need that much time. Why you got so much beef towards Roman, bro? He's just doing it as he's told, man. I mean, Vince just says, "Look, dog, go out there and do your suffering succotash shit, man, and just get paid."
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, because I guess according to what I'm reading and hearing and connecting the dots, his merchandise, he's making pretty good money.
Yeah,
And
because the
Roman
kids.
and Roman is both on. Basically, he's not coming out saying this, but he's like, "Fucking, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm getting
Oh,
paid."
I don't blame him. I would be that way too. But he sucked. And I mean, and the thing about it, I'm going to give him credit. It's not his fault that he sucked. It's definitely booking, and and it's just a thing with them trying to stuff him down people's throat, man. And I mean, the crowd don't give a damn about him. And if they cared, they would be like, you know what, let's do something else with this dude. So I mean, and I'm thinking that the powers that be are actually starting to listen, because I'm hearing some different things now as far as the direction they are going to go with him. So
I think that
I
has a
guess we
lot to
could just
do
wait
with
and see.
Brock's future. Because if they're uncertain about Brock's future, or if he already made a decision, because Jim Ross was making the comment that I can't remember. I think Jim Cornette, uh, asked Jim Ross, "How far out do you guys ask people about re-signing?" He goes, before Mania, because the road is typically from Mania to Mania. Because if somebody ain't gonna make a decision about if they're gonna go or stay, that kind of screws up the booking. And Jim Ross, at least at his time, was saying, "Well, we try to get it finalized by SummerSlam so we can book the rest of Mania." But yeah, I'm hearing other plans too. I just have a feeling they're gonna go back to Samoa Joe and Roman, because Samoa got that bragging rights that Roman's never pinned him, you know,
Yeah.
which is unbelievable considering how Roman is casted. But I will say he's not on the mic as often, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know if you'll agree because of your love for Roman, but I think he's best suited, just like Brock. I think those two are best suited for those sit-down interviews where they're just talking normally like us. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't think they belong on the microphone out
Mm-mm.
there in front of the crowd. Cause I can't remember what year it was. A few years ago, Brock was on the mic. I can't remember which feud, whatever, blah blah blah. For some reason, I want to say maybe the CM Punk feud. I don't know, but fuck it. It was during the episode of Raw, maybe the opening, but Brock was on the mic for like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's terrible. You know?
That's why they need to be men of very few words, and just like Brock, they are going to need a mouthpiece. Now I'm wondering, this is just a thought, but I'm wondering if Brock were to go ahead and say, "I'm done." I'm wondering if Paul Heyman would end up being a mouthpiece for Roman Reigns. I'm wondering about that.
That would be good. But,
That's only if they turn him heel, though. They would
Yeah.
have to turn Roman heel for that.
I don't know, that's just a weird picture, a weird combination. Paul Heyman and Samoa Joe. But then again, you've had. I'm about to butcher the grammar here. Weirder combinations like fucking, what was it? Paul Heyman and what the fuck's that guy's name? Hashtag feed me more.
Ryback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Was
Now,
it Ryback or was it Curtis Axel?
Now I liked when he had Curtis Axel. I just didn't like Ryback. I didn't like that.
Now there's someone to shit all over. I mean, because Ryback just seemed forced, in my opinion, that wasn't really him. You know what I'm saying? That like this is what the company wanted. They wanted a Goldberg ripoff, quote unquote. But
yeah.
But oh well. Yeah. So I was touching on Elias. I think I was going there because of the match last night. Elias showed up, and dude, I'm loving Corey Graves, bro. I mean, let me just pop it off, man. So who's your favorite announcer, real quick?
Oh man.
As of right now.
Ooh. Well, if I had to, you talking about just from one out of the whole announcing thing, or you just talking about particular shows, or?
I'm talking about the entire WWE. That includes NXT,
Woo,
SmackDown.
Boy. That's kind of hard to pick there because I do have a few favorites on that. But, oof. Good grief. I don't know, man. I got to. Oh. I like Michael Cole myself.
Yeah, I got used to him.
Michael Cole.
I've gotten used to him. I mean, he's had a lot of hate over the years.
Yeah, because I didn't like him at one time either.
You know, because of that whole JR fiasco. You trying to replace JR? Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So Cole is like, hey, Vince, let's get rid of this motherfucker because I want to be the main guy. Nah, he's just doing what he's told, man.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yep. I'm
still waiting. I guess it's gonna be in this book, JR's book that comes out later this year.
Oh, I can't wait, boy. I'm oof.
Yeah, that's just gonna be an audio too. It's gonna be an audio, and JR is gonna be reading it. So that's gonna be the first wrestling book that I ever read because I can't find any other books in audio format. You know what I mean?
So JR is actually gonna be reading the book.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
That's gonna be killer. I'm gonna buy his book. I'm gonna buy his book and then the sauce. Because if the book sucks, I'm gonna dump the sauce all over the book.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
So Corey Graves, though, yeah, I do like Corey Graves. Corey Graves was one of the biggest parts of NXT before he came to the main roster or whatever, and I do like Corey Graves. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of announcers, let me throw this in there right quick. Mauro Ranallo is back.
Oh yeah,
with NXT. Yeah, they put him with NXT. So
I gotta hear him on NXT. I hope he doesn't go over the top, in my opinion, like he did on SmackDown.
I think he's a really good announcer. I think he's really, really good.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone agrees with you.
He's just like not one of these. I don't know. I think he's in a league of his own. But he's really, really good though, and he knows a lot more. I think he goes into more detail about the moves and stuff, like back in the day with Gorilla Monsoon when he used to call out the different muscles and bones and different things like that. Oh, he's hurting. He's putting pressure on the whatever, stuff like that. I think that's the kind that Mauro. That's what Mauro Ranello remind me of.
And he
Anyway.
actually just calls the moves, man. He's not like, oh,
Yeah,
did you see
exactly.
that? Oh, did you see that? Oh, that had to hurt. You know.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah, man.
So,
So
yeah, I'm gonna check out NXT. Now that I got time on my hands because I'm off for the summer. Well, I got a little bit of time on my hands, but I'm gonna be like I'm in a foreign country because the storylines. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Who's that?
mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
So yeah, Elias Sampson, whatever the fuck his
That's
name is.
it's a damn shame my wife know more about NXT than you do.
Yeah, I've always been the main roster mark, man. This is, you know, um, um, but I don't know. This is hard for me to call, man, because I'm thinking they want the Drifter to win to put him over, but
Man,
you don't
he
want
is.
Finn Balor to lose because he's a top guy. You know what I mean?
I don't. I truly, I truly do not see Elias Sampson. I like him and everything, but I truly don't see him beating Finn Balor. I don't see it.
I'm gonna go
So
on
I
a
mean,
limb, man. I'm gonna go on a
if
limb and
anything,
say, yeah.
huh?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Drifter is gonna win it.
Well, I got to stick with Finn Balor.
I just
And
got this weird feeling.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Finn.
He might, pluck him with the guitar or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Or it might end in DQ because of that to protect, both wrestlers.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking something like that. But if it does not end in a DQ, I am going with Finn Balor. I got to go with Finn Balor.
Yeah, they gotta do something with this motherfucker. I have a feeling they're just waiting until SummerSlam because I don't know. It's just his direction has been confusing me. The way they're booking things with him. What do you think about his booking so far?
Who, Finn or Elias?
Finn.
Shit. I don't think that they know what they want to do with him right now.
Sure as hell seemed that way too. And his homeboys, I don't think were on TV last night either. Gallows and Anderson.
Nope. I don't know what in the world the direction for them. I don't know what they're trying to do with them either. I don't get it. Unless they are trying to go ahead and get the Bala Club going. That would be wonderful. Something new, something fresh.
I remember, yeah, I say this because you said something new, something fresh. I remember a few years ago, the E always did something during the summer to get people talking. Whether it be a personal feud or a brand new feud, they don't do that anymore. Like I remember, like Ric Flair and Mick Foley, or Edge and Matt Hardy, the Nexus thing. They don't seem to
Yeah,
be like out there like fuck it. Let's blow it up. Let's put something out there that really get people talking. They used to do that. But I think they're on cruise control because they got the money coming in and the market cornered and shit like that. Blah 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 blah. Which I don't know. It is what it is, but it's still enjoyable. I remember talking to you the other day, and you said it's a good time to be a fan. And
yeah,
I don't know. I kind of I agree with you. Things are slowly getting better. Just because the episodes suck here and there doesn't mean the product's bad. You can have your
yeah,
bad episodes and good episodes, but Finn Balor, man, they got to figure something out. Because right now he's just coming out and just having random feuds and just having matches. Like when he beat when he came out and beat Mr. Bo Leave, but
yeah, man.
but he did that. I guess that happened just to get that storyline going for Dallas to become an on-screen character. So that's what I'm thinking. Why that match happens.
Yeah, and the reason why I was saying that it's a good time or a great time to be a wrestling fan is because, the WWE is picking up a lot of great wrestlers and superstars from around different, coming from other organizations. So, people that a lot of people wanted to see in the WWE. And they do have something to work with. They just have to utilize it.
Yeah, I mean, I was perusing around the web, and there's talk they got like about 150, even 200 wrestlers employed right now. So that's a lot of fucking people, in their defense to book for, and so I guess we just gotta be patient, because if they throw out all the good stuff right now, what are we gonna be left with? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you're calling Balor. I'm calling. I don't know why. Just for some reason, I'll just call it a DQ ending because they want to protect both guys. And it looks like a tag team Iron Man match, 30 minutes between the Hardys and the champs.
And I think that's really that's an original idea right there. I like that idea. I mean, dang, man, give it something different, because I was like, what the hell else are they going to do with this?
I know. They did a cage match. What else did they do?
Ladder,
regular match. I mean, they've done everything that they could think of. How do you see this match being booked, man? Do you see it? I mean, it can go many different ways. Like, because I can't remember who it is, but in the tag team match, there's always that one guy getting his ass kicked, and then he makes the hot tag, and then the other wrestler comes in and starts firing off and whooping ass. But I think it's Jeff Hardy that always gets the babyface pop, so to speak.
Yeah.
So how do you see this going with it being 30 minutes?
I honestly, you talking about who I think is going to win?
No, I'm asking, like, how do you think it's going to play out? Like, do you see Matt getting his ass kicked and being behind one match to two, and there's 20 minutes left, 10 minutes left to go, kind of deal?
I think it's going to be. It's probably going to be pretty tight. Like the when I mean the wins or whatever. Like, it may be the last maybe 5 minutes or so or something like that. I don't know how many wins a piece they are going to get, but I do think it's going to be like trying to basically beat the clock to tie it up or whatever. And I'm thinking that what they might do is at the very last minute or whatever, or second, they might tie it up, and they may just have the match to keep going until they get another pin or something like that. I don't know. I really honestly don't know what the heck they are planning for this. I don't know.
So you think it's going to be tied and they're going to go into overtime?
Yeah, something like that. And I honestly don't see the Hardys winning.
No, I agree. I mean, Sheamus and Cesaro just got the titles. And
yeah.
I mean, not that we've not seen short title reigns before, but I think they got other plans for the Hardys. So
yeah, because I did hear that the Hardys Matt Hardy is close to making a deal with I guess we'll call them TNA, to get the rights to the Broken gimmick. and I think that's what they are trying to work towards. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, I don't know. It has something to do with Jeff Hardy as far as um how do I word this? Like they're down, by a fall, and then he just couldn't get enough time in. He'll do his swanton splash, whatever, but couldn't make the pin on time to tie it up. So I think I'm calling it now. The champs will retain. I don't know how many falls, but they're gonna win by a fall. So like the champs could
that's
be ahead
yeah,
3-2, 2-1.
yeah.
So you don't think that feud was like overdone, man? Because they fought so many fucking times, bro.
I do think it's over. I think they overdid it, man, because I mean, look at man, they have other rust teams, that could have been in this match, and I mean, or faced Sheamus and Cesaro, but I mean, they just keep doing the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro, the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro. I'm like, man.
It's because the Hardys, man, they had top billing when they returned. It's probably something in their contract. I'm just assuming here, folks.
Yeah.
Because out of nowhere, they come back. They're in Mania. They get the title. Enzo and Cass gets pushed to the back, which we will talk about that match next. I think maybe that was just an on-the-fly type booking. Like, okay, the Hardys are back. We're going to give them the limelight because it's going to be their last Raw.
Yeah.
So what the fuck do we do with Cass and Enzo? Oh, let's split them up. But damn, 5 years? He cut that promo. He opened up Raw last night with that promo all fired up. And then he bombed on Cass backstage. Did you hear the crowd pop for that, bro?
Mm-hmm.
They like the little motherfucker, man. And
yeah.
But everyone's waiting to see how well he does in the ring.
WWE. I still think that was a big ass mistake. I really do. Right now, I think it was a big ass mistake. If anything, if they wanted to do something, they should have at least let Enzo be Cass's mouthpiece. That's what they should have did. In my opinion, I absolutely think it would have worked out a lot better because, I mean, damn, what are they going to do with Enzo now? I mean, they don't even have a direction for the dude. It's stupid, man. I don't get it. I don't know what the hell these people are doing, man. I really don't.
I remember in the last podcast when I was admiring Cass promo, and you said, well, that's this week. Let's see how he does next time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard him talking last night, I thought back to that comment you made. I'm like, oh, it seems like this is all he's going to fucking say. I'm where the money's at. Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
Well, give me $20 then, bitch.
Now, see, I'm not shitting on Cass or anything like that. I think that he does have potential, but he's not ready for that microphone. Now, I'm going to say this again. At least he does a better job at talking than Lames, but, he's still not ready to go off on his own talking. I think that, like I said, they should have left that up to Enzo. Let Enzo be his manager. Let Enzo be his mouthpiece. I know that Enzo wants to wrestle or whatever. I just really don't know what they are gonna do with this dude, man. I just hope that the dude don't fade away. That's my thing, because he's really, really talented. So, and then the crowd was behind both of them. The crowd, how you doing? How you doing? They had the crowd just going crazy. They doing the promo with them and stuff, and Then the next thing you know, you split them up like that. I mean, dang, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I might get some heat for this, but I you know yes, I gave him praise about his promo last time we were on here, but I really just believe he was just like a Billy Gunn ripoff, quote unquote, with the SAWFT thing. Like Billy Gunn used to be like, I got two words for you. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just always pictured Billy Gunn every time he would talk and every time he would do his little catchphrase at the end. But
You want me to tell you why you thought about Billy Gunn
let's hear it.
or Road Dogg? That's because they were the Road Dogg and New Age Outlaws were one of Enzo and Cass's they liked those they basically saw them dudes as their idol. Some of them, well, just one of them, one team that was they idolized.
Yeah,
So
I heard something about that briefly when I was
mm-hmm.
reading through it. This is blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. I mean,
Yep.
amongst all the other motherfucking teams out there, you pick these guys. But
I think it was because New Age Outlaws was something different, and they just Billy Gunn. I mean, Road Dogg come out there. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
yeah, it's like
So
Enzo is the Road Dogg and Kaz is like the Billy Gunn of the team.
right.
And just like with that team, Billy Gunn ended up being the chosen one, and Road Dogg was out there just, 50-50-ish type. They put more of a emphasis on Gunn.
I think that far as Road Dogg and Gunn goes, though, Road Dogg had a more successful career.
Yeah, he had a more successful career, but the machine pushed Billy Gunn.
Yeah,
more.
I agree. They did. Yeah.
Because look at Gunn now. Dude got fired. And Road Dogg is
still working.
Doing creative. He gave Vince let Road Dogg book SmackDown Live. So
yep.
That's a success story for you. I mean, recovering alcoholic, yada yada yada, doing good, and but so yeah, it's a no brainer. I'm seeing the big guy, Kaz, go over.
Yeah, I was hearing something about that's if somebody don't try, like the Big Show or somebody don't come out there and knock Cass ass out, or Enzo may have somebody to come out there and fight for him. Be like, this is who's fighting on my behalf or whatever.
If I'm hearing you right, so are you saying that before the match even begins, Cass is gonna annihilate Enzo to where he can't even fight, and then let's just call it Big Show is gonna come out and defend the little guy? Or do you think it'll just be a regular match, and then he's gonna dominate him after the match, and then Big Show comes out the next day on Raw?
Either way it goes, I think that Big Show is going to get involved. But I'm thinking that Big Show, well, what you said make more sense about the next on Monday on Raw. That might be what happened. Big Show might be like, yeah, you can beat on this little dude. Why don't you come and see, do that to me? I'm thinking that
pick on someone your own
the
size.
whole thing, it's gonna end up being Big Show and Cass. I think that's what they were trying to get to. When they had Big Show come out there with Enzo.
That reminds me of a topic. How do you feel about Okay, pay-per-views, old school wise, are supposed to settle scores. How do you feel about angles being used in pay-per-views to build to the next TV show? You know what I mean? Like, let's use this as an example. So, on one side, you got Enzo and Kaz fighting. It's inconclusive. There's no winner because a lot of bullshit's popping off. Because they want you to tune into Raw to see what happens. Or could it be the flip side where I'm tuning in just to make sure Cash whoops his ass and moves on? Do you understand my question? Do you like it when they use a pay per view to build to the next show, which is Raw in this case?
Well, you kind of have to do that because okay, people want to know. People will be like, oh man, well Raw is going to be interesting tomorrow. That's how I used to be with pay-per-views and stuff. Like they would have something to happen or whatever the case may be, and they didn't do anything else with it on that pay-per-view. They just left it like it was so that you will tune in to Monday Night Raw to see what else was going to happen. So yeah, I can dig that.
I
I
could
can dig
see
that.
that being a problem back in the day when you're paying $50, $55 for a pay per view. I could see that being a problem, but now that it's $9.99, I think they have more leg room and more of a reasons to book it like that.
Okay,
Cause
so are you saying that no? Okay, so they have a match and no one win the match or something like that,
no one win
and
the
then they.
match or it didn't even start. You know?
Oh no, I don't like stuff like that. Nope. Okay. Nope. I do not.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Because the meaning behind the pay per view is to settle scores, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And move on.
Yep.
So, um,
Yep. I feel what you're saying now. Nope. I don't like that. Now the way that I said it, yeah, I can dig that. But other than that, if you like sometimes they have had things where people got attacked or whatever, and basically because of time restraints and this, that, and the other, they did it like that. Something that really wasn't supposed to happen, but it was a last minute decision to have such and such be attacked. Oh, we'll just do that match on Raw. Hell no. I don't like that. No.
yeah.
And I think that now that WWE have, they got their own network. I mean, hell, you shouldn't be, it shouldn't be no time restraint. You should be able to record as long as you want, and because that is your shit. That's your shit. Nobody else's.
I think it was WrestleMania this year. Because they don't go off the air anymore, at least from memory for that pay per view. They went well over 8 o'clock my time. Um, that was a long ass show. But yeah, I heard that about Mania or the E or pay per views, or they don't call them pay per views anymore, right? They call them special events, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But they just take as long as they want. Fuck it, they're not tied down to the cable company. So
Yeah.
um,
Well, now, oh, you know what? I didn't think about this. Now, they are still doing pay per view with some companies. Some companies are still doing pay per view. I don't see how in the world somebody would even want to buy a damn pay per view. Ain't no way. No way.
yeah, I mean they gotta get some money. I mean, cause the more money the better. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
but let's see. So Enzo and Kaz, we said Kaz is going over.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Definitely.
I want to say maybe Kaz. What's his name? The little guy will get it. He'll put up a good fight. But in the end, he's just gonna. He don't have enough to muster up, and get the job done. But the focus is more on Cass. So
Yeah.
and so when you turn him heel, when you look at both sides of Raw here, babyface and heel, who do you see as a face that Cass can work with besides Big Show? So he got Big Show. Who else could he feud with? What, John Cena gonna come over and put him over?
Man, please. Let me. Oof.
I mean, the other day you were talking about possible feuds, fantasy booking, but I'm not asking for like an entire book. I'm just like,
I can tell you right now, when I was talking about that, Cass' name sure wasn't in it nowhere. Now, once he get more established as a singles competitor, then maybe. But right now, no. But honestly, man, I don't know. I honestly do not know who they could put him against besides the Big Show right now.
So baby faces, man, you got Seth Rollins, you got Finn Balor.
Yeah.
I just forgot the motherfucker's name. Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. Now, if anything, I could see him going after Dean or whatever, or Dean going after him or whatever. And I mean, I just don't know what they would do. I think that they would have to have at least a couple match feud, maybe like 2 or 3 match feud between Show and Cass before they move him on to something else.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. I mean, just to drag it out a little bit, and I know I'm jumping way ahead here, but every year during Royal Rumble, there's always that one guy that they focus on, like, it's gonna be Cass this year, man. He's gonna be the one chucking everybody out of the ring.
I honestly, I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
And but hey, so yeah, I mean, those names I mentioned a moment ago, it's hard to see because of the styles don't match, man. Like Seth, he's like a high flyer ish kind of guy. I can't see him going against.
But
Cass.
That's the same thing with Finn too. Finn is a flyer.
Yeah, Finn too. Unless they turn Strowman face, they might as well, man. He's getting pops like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I think they need to leave Strowman alone. I think they need to leave Strowman just like he is and let him be a monster.
Yeah, he just seems like just unbeatable, quote unquote. I mean, you can match that dude with. I mean, come on, he got spirit. Roman speared him off the stage, and he stood up still.
Yeah, I think that one of the biggest reasons why Strowman is getting such a pop is because who he's whipping.
Exactly. People don't like Roman. I mean, the older crowd don't. But let's see. So next we got Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. I will just say, dude, I don't know. Basically, this feud began because Seth called Bray Wyatt a false prophecy or some shit. Basically, name calling. It's like on the playground. Oh, you called me a duty head,
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
And then that's how the fight began. But they tried to build it up, man. First time ever. Fuck that, dude. For some reason, man, I'm just not clicking with this. And
I'm not either. I am not either.
And Seth is is on TV more than Wyatt, because yesterday on Raw they just showed Wyatt walking through a desert, right?
Yeah, and they're honestly making a joke out of Bray. I honestly, to get right to it, I honestly think that Seth Rollins is going to beat Bray, which is so dumb. I don't get it. I don't get it. They're just misusing Bray terribly.
I hope all this shit that's been going on with Seth wasn't the original plan. I just have a weird feeling that they had other plans, but something must have caused them to change the direction. Because the way I think I mentioned it a couple podcasts ago, they made a big deal about his return, so they made it feel like he was gonna get a massive push, when he returns. But it just seems like they're just like you were saying earlier with Balor. Like they don't know what to do with the motherfucker. I mean, so where does he go after here? I agree with you. Seth is gonna defeat Bray Wyatt.
So you know that Seth was actually supposed to go to SmackDown.
That would have been a better fit for him.
I think so too. I don't understand. I don't know why they didn't put him on SmackDown, but just like AJ was supposed to originally come to Raw.
I think that was going to be the original switch right there. AJ for
Rollins. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, earlier, yes, it's great to be a fan. There's a lot of stuff out there, and a lot of new programming, like with the women's stuff. But when it comes to the booking for at least Balor and Rollins, I'm just left scratching my head. But maybe things will pick up and change when it gets closer to SummerSlam. But The Miz and Dean Ambrose are gonna have another match, but I'm gonna get quick to the point. I think The Miz is gonna. You're laughing for a reason. You want to share with the crowd why you chuckling?
Yeah, I just think that match sucked, and I'm sick and tired of seeing it. And I was laughing because you said again. Yeah.
I mean, they've been feuding for like what, 6 months, 7 months now.
I'm tired of that shit, man. Even in SmackDown, they that's what it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Miz and freaking Dean. I'm like, man.
So,
because remember the little thing that went on between Miz and Ambrose when Renee slapped the shit out of the Miz. That was on SmackDown. Then you come to Raw with the same shit. Come on, man.
I mean, they were, for some unknown reason, they had Mary C in the storyline where they were teasing a breakup. But I think this whole feud now, it wasn't for the entire feud. It was, I think, once they figured out where they want to go with this, I think it's just to help gain more exposure, quote unquote, for his lackeys, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. I think it's just to put over the what do you call it? The Miz, not the treacherous, but he has some weird name for his crew. The Miz and Dallas and Axel. But speaking of the Miz, what did you think? Because apparently the media shit all over this. What happened with that baller guy last week on the Miz TV?
Oh man, that was so. Don't. They could have kept that. They really could have kept that. And then the guy actually, one of his sons actually said "nigger" during the segment, and I didn't catch that until the next day, cause I was like, wait a minute, when did he say that? And then I went back and checked it out, and sure enough, he did.
When you went and checked it out, did they edit it out, or did you catch it on time to see it?
No, the one that I saw, they couldn't edit it because somebody else had already had it. It wasn't the WWE who actually recapped it.
All right, so I heard. Can you tell me when it happened? Where, like, which part? I know it's like 8 days ago, but
oh man,
was it after
it was during whole junk that they was out there doing, and one of his sons just came out and said so. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it again to be able to actually tell you
Was
where
it
it
really
was
no?
that
I
he
mean,
said it.
was it really noticeable, or was it like in the background? Like,
It was noticeable if you were listening, but I actually wasn't listening too, real good because I really couldn't understand what the hell they were saying anyway. And that's exactly what old boy told him. He was like, "Man, I did not understand anything that you just said or whatever." And see, that's what I'm saying. I didn't either. I'm like, "What the hell is this dude talking about?"
um,
So,
because because I guess that's why Dean Ambrose was sent out there. He was sent out there because the segment was bombing,
yeah,
you know, and that confused me too. So I'm like, what the fuck?
the whole thing was confusing.
Because because I kept hearing him talking. I don't know who, one of the guys from the Baller family was talking while Dean was talking. And I'm sitting there going, maybe that's when he said, the N word, but,
But they said I know they said that Vince McMahon was burning up back there, boy. They said he was pissed.
and they had this big old apology all over the web, and,
Yeah, that was unnecessary to me.
they scrapped future storylines with him, because apparently Otunga was going to challenge him for a match at SummerSlam.
Oh my goodness.
Which Otunga, thank God, I'm hearing that they're not gonna bring him back on the Raw.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Good. They don't need to because he ain't got nothing on Booker T.
Oh yeah,
Period.
man, Booker T is he's awesome over there,
Yes,
man.
he is. Yep.
And so yeah, I actually wanted to, when I called you last night, I was gonna talk to you about that, but I was really interested, to get your thoughts about that baller segment from last week, and I wanted to get more clarification. When did he say the N word? I mean, because I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, towards the end, I wasn't, because at first the baller dude, man, he was cool, but he just got, I don't know, like he kind of overdid it. I'm like, dude, calm the fuck down, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He
It's
went stupid crazy.
yeah,
So
it's like he knew he was on TV, so he's gonna purposely make himself look like a jackass,
mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so I'm gonna YouTube that here in a little bit, and I just want to know when he said it. I mean, because like I said, I wasn't paying attention. Was it when Dean Ambrose was talking, or when he was trying to cut off the Miz? I don't know, but they gave Miz props though for handling that,
Yeah.
and redirecting it, or trying to at least. And I will say, I was thinking about this last night. I really, really enjoy the Miz promos when he's like that, man. Like last
Oh
night,
yeah.
I think he's one of the top promo guys out there. Like when he was saying last night to Kurt, something about stay out of my business. Why don't you go over there to Corey Graves to talk about your personal problems? That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But they should let the other guys talk, though, if they're going to try to put them over, or if they're just going to make them lackeys like the Stooges with Vince back in the day. So we both agree that Miz is retaining. We kind of digressed there.
Yeah, we are gonna agree that Miz is gonna retain.
Yeah, I just have a feeling that because Miz keeps knocking Dean Ambrose and how irrelevant he's been, how boring he's been, how he's fallen off, whatever. But maybe that's just maybe that's them wanting me as a fan to go, oh yeah, we really got Killer K roped in here. This shit ain't real. Miz is just talking shit. So what do you see? Who's the next challenger for the Miz then?
Probably Dean Ambrose.
Wait a second. Miz has the title, or Dean? Who has the fucking title? Dean has the title, right?
Nope, Miz got it.
Oh yeah, he got it.
Mm-hmm.
So Dean ain't gonna win. So where do you see him going after that?
I see who you talking about, Dean or Miz?
Dean.
I see them. I'm see them probably. You know what? As a matter of fact, they probably are gonna. I'm wondering if they are gonna have Dean to feud with old boy Elias Sampson.
Yeah,
I'm wondering
they've been
because
teasing that.
they had some issues for a little while there, and then they just all of a sudden, you know, pulled them out of it. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that Seth. No, not Seth. It's like that Bray Wyatt Finn Balor thing. They were supposed to feud, and then they ended up
Yeah.
switching. But yeah, because I thought that was gonna happen last time after what was it, Extreme Rules?
Mm-hmm.
When Dean lost the title, I thought Dean was gonna move on to Samson, and but you know where it's at now. But
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
all fucking confused with their booking. Um. So okay, so we got. Is there any tag team matches? I don't think so.
No, I think they are confused with their booking as well. So
Yeah, okay. So now we got the women's match: Sasha Banks against Elias against
oh Lord have mercy.
Sasha
Alexa.
Alexa. There you go.
Sexy Alexa.
And
Yes.
we touched on this earlier about the rumors of Jax and Bliss fighting at SummerSlam. Um, so I'm saying Sasha's going down on this match, and this last night on Raw. I think that's gonna I think for some reason I want to say that result of Bailey being taken back to the back is gonna play a role into the feud with Sasha and Bailey.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just Sasha.
It,
You and I have talked about this many times, where Sasha and Bailey is gonna have a feud on the main roster.
it's gonna eventually happen, and and they can put on some really good matches. They really can. And you know, of course, we already know that this Great Balls of Fire is just a a fill-in match or whatever, and it's just going to be um what you call it, that them having a match at Nia and Alexa having a match at what you call it. I'm wondering. I'm wondering if Bailey is going to come out there during that match and somehow she's going to be blamed for Sasha losing.
See, that's what I was saying. That's why I was like saying, the thing about Bailey got knocked off the apron or something. I think it was by a boot from Jax, and she couldn't continue. So I think she's gonna come back out on Sunday and try to seek revenge, but accidentally cost Banks the match. Okay.
I think Sasha needs to go back heel, man. I really do. Sasha is at her best as a heel.
I think with that too is okay. They turn her the boss heel, and I gotta throw this out there. I really fucking hate it, man. When Cole goes, "It's boss time." I'm like, man, it's boss. What the fuck? That just don't sound right. Every time Sasha Banks comes out, but I would say with Jax being portrayed as his dominant character, it should be the boss, Sasha Banks, and then have Jax do her dirty work. You know what I mean?
I thought that they probably would do something like that, but of course they didn't. I don't know though. But I'm with you with that. That was one of my first thoughts. I was like, what if they did have, like you know how Shawn Michaels used to have
Diesel.
Big Daddy Cool as his bodyguard, you know, and yeah, that was what first crossed my mind, you know, when she first came in as her being like a hit girl for somebody or whatever, like China or something. But well, I don't know, man. I honestly, a lot of people want to see Nia Jax get the title or whatever. I eventually want to see her get it, but I honestly don't think she's ready for that title yet. I don't. I don't think she's ready for it. I think that they should have uh I don't know. Maybe she might surprise us. I don't know.
Surprise us, man. She's been on the roster for like a year. You know, you haven't surprised
Let
me
me
yet.
see. Let me see. Yeah. About a year. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Sasha's gonna turn. You know, that's what I was. Well, I thought about that some more when you mentioned it, but I had to preface that with what happened with Bailey. I think she's gonna come out, play a role in why Sasha loses because Sasha needs to be protected because she's a top talent,
Yeah.
one of the top talents. But what's scratching my head is if they're going for Bliss and Jax at SummerSlam, someone has to be the face.
And then looking at Alexa and Naya, man, how in the world do they? If Alexa, which I think Alexa probably, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if Naya do beat her. I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with Naya. I have no idea. But I just don't see how in the hell if Alexa is gonna be the winner, how is she gonna beat this big old girl? You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
They might as well just turn
That's
her face because the crowd pops for her. You know, she has star power, man. Every time that music hits and she comes out, the crowd pops, man.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
you know, I think how the feud is gonna get set up is, I think her shit talking is still gonna remain the same for the champion, but I think after this weekend, you know, she's just going to try to dodge and deny the match with uh, Jax, and then somewhere Jax is gonna lose her cool. I mean, they're gonna drag it out because they got a month to build up.
yeah. Because you know, Great Balls of Fire is definitely Raw's last pay per view before SummerSlam. So yeah, they will definitely have a whole month, which SmackDown will not.
Yeah, they got about 6 weeks or so, which kind of sucks because that's gonna remind me of. I'm not really looking forward to SummerSlam because I gotta go back to work like a week after SummerSlam finishes. But yeah, I think they're just gonna drag it out, and then she's gonna bomb on Bliss, and Bliss is gonna be that babyface that wants to seek revenge. But I see them giving the title to Jax at SummerSlam.
Yeah, probably so.
But oh well, I never really was into it with Bliss or not Bliss, Jax. But maybe they're gonna give the title to what's her face, and then Asuka is gonna show up after SummerSlam. What about that?
I've been hearing a lot of stuff about Oscar showing up, and they need to go ahead and bring her in. Um,
She's been
I
having some kick-ass
because
matches though, man, on NXT. Do you think they can replicate that on the main roster?
she could,
No,
but
I
they would
know
have
she
to.
could. I know she could, but what can creative can? What can
Oh,
creative?
I don't know, because I mean, I think the only one on that roster right now who's ever faced Oscar is Bailey. Oh, and Nia. Cause I don't remember Alexa ever facing her.
And Mickey.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Mickey. That's right. But you have, man, I think they would have something to definitely work with Oscar facing. I think the Sasha Banks would be really good. Of course, Bailey is going to be good. I think that now Alexa Bliss would be a good opponent. We already know Mickey James, and then going to SmackDown, you got Charlotte, man. You got what's her name, Becky Lynch. Um, yeah, they just got and you got old Naomi. I mean, you got some really good, man. Ooh wee. They 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 would have no excuse, and in my opinion, up the booking with Oscar at all.
I would put her
Either
on.
way it goes,
I would put SmackDown to cancel out Lana.
I don't know about canceling out Lana. That ain't gonna happen.
I know it ain't gonna happen, but when it comes to actual wrestling, I mean,
Well,
Oscar blows Lana out of the water.
Yeah, but Lana actually is a good wrestler. They are gonna have to give her some time to do some stuff. The only thing they've had her doing, which you already know, is coming out there looking sexy as hell and talking shit. That's it. She's basically been eye candy. And some real good eye candy too, I might add. But shoot.
I don't know. As far as her wrestling in-ring presentation is concerned, I mean, I'm trying to figure out her character. I mean, it's like, okay, so I can't remember which match it was. I think it was SmackDown's match, the rematch. The bell rings, and here she is dancing in front of Naomi. What the fuck, dude? You know? I mean, how the fuck are you gonna do this woman like that? I mean, you want to showcase her talent. So what do you want to do? You want to showcase her talent, show people she got skills. Because when she dropped that move on Naomi, everyone's like, "Oh wow," maybe she can wrestle. I'm like, okay, can she? Because she did one fucking move. It's like with me and Kaz, what I was saying earlier in the last podcast. Oh, he dropped a good a good promo.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, well, let's see how he does next time. It's the same thing with Lana. Okay, let's see how she does next time. Because it seems like that's the only move she knows, and then you got the kicks and the punches and the dancing shit. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I really I'm not ripping on Lana at all. I just seeing that as a placeholder for whatever. Like I said earlier, maybe it's going to be Naomi against Asuka. That would be a good match.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Or, if it doesn't matter which roster she's on, she can have good matches with, maybe Mickey will come back. That storyline wise, that would not make any fucking booking wise, that would not make any fucking sense, because if Asuka goes to Raw and Mickey all of a sudden she has a feud with her, I'm like, what? So you've been a jobber since you got here?
Exactly.
All of a sudden you want beef with one of the top dogs in the yard? Because you have not forgotten your loss at NXT. I've been waiting for all this time to get you back in the ring. Fuck that shit. Fuck you, creative. Sorry.
So speaking of women right now, I am absolutely wondering if Trish is gonna still come back. Because she was actually supposed to be the one taking on Oscar but she ended up being pregnant and she couldn't do it. So I'm wondering if she's still gonna try to come through and do something, because I'm sure the people would love to see it. I would love to. although I don't think Trisha ain't got a damn thing on Mickey James when it comes to wrestling. And but and I think that Mickey James was the better pick anyway. But people are still gonna pop to see Trish Stratus. But and I did hear that Brie Bella is trying to get herself back in ring shape because she's trying to come back.
Man, somewhere online they listed her as a legend. What the fuck?
Who, Brie?
Yeah, Brie Bella.
And I don't know about all that legend
I agree,
stuff,
man.
but
I'm like, the headline read "Legends possibly returning this summer," and Brie was the first name. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
A legend
I don't know about all that.
A legend in your own mind, I guess. But
exactly. I mean, I like the Bella twins because I do think that they have talent, but they do not have talent like these women who are there now. I don't think so. And the reason why, and people might be like, nah, I don't. But the reason why these two females, first of all, are where they are right now is because, first of all, they are fine as hell. Second of all, because Nikki, you already know she's screwing John Cena, so and then basically Brie Bella, I'm not trying to take anything away from them. I'm not trying to take anything away from them or nothing like that, but I'm just going to say it's because of other people why they are where they are. It ain't really them. Some people might disagree with me on that, but oh well. If you disagree with me, leave your comments. But I really think that they, are pretty much hanging on the coattails of other people. And for Nikki, of course, John Cena, and for Brie, mostly because of Daniel Bryan. And then the thing about it is, I think that people grew to love Brie more than Nikki or whatever, because Nikki, I mean, I don't know, man. Nikki just seems like a bitch. She a fine bitch, but it seems like, I'm telling you, I don't know. It's crazy. But
maybe because
anyway,
of that Daniel Bryan connection,
Yeah.
But
far as that match goes, though, man, I with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, I think,
no, you're talking about Sasha and Bliss, right? Oh, who
no,
you
I'm
picking
talking
over that?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant Sasha and Bliss. I think that Alexa is she's gonna retain.
Poor Sasha. I mean, she should have been moved over to SmackDown.
That was I don't know why they didn't do it, man, but that was one of the original plans too, to put Sasha over there. And I think that she would have did a lot better on SmackDown. I really do.
Maybe they were thinking, hey, Charlotte's on SmackDown, and we've already overdid it with Charlotte and Sasha, so let's keep them apart.
Because, the only two females that actually came from Raw to SmackDown is Charlotte and oh my god, Lana.
Speaking of women, dude, somebody has to fucking tell me out there, what the fuck are they doing with Bayley, bro? I'm sorry, that's like out of left field, but since we're talking about women,
I don't know what they're doing with Bailey, man, but I hate what they are doing with her because Bailey is shit. That girl, she's awesome. That girl could get down, but I don't know. I don't know what in the world they are doing with her.
I mean,
Don't
she's
get it.
like I said during that gauntlet match, she got pinned in 4 minutes, and Alexa Bliss dominated the feud. They made her look like a chump. Like I can't go extreme. And during the Extreme Rules match, she thought about using the candlestick but went against it. And then she had that interview. Oh my gosh, I don't know, with Corey Graves. I think it was after the pay per view, and then at the end of the fucking interview, she goes, "Can we end this with a hug?" I'm like, "What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the hell are you guys doing?" I mean, did she like fuck somebody in the back that she wasn't supposed to? I
I
mean,
don't know.
did she look at Triple H wrong or something? What the hell, man? It's like I'm just as a fan, man, because I was really looking forward to her coming to the main roster, but I'm not blaming her. She's a great talent, and a lot of people still 2 years later are talking about that Sasha match with Bailey at NXT Takeover a couple summers
Yep.
ago. I mean,
That Iron Man match, Iron Woman match, whatever.
no, not that one. The one before that. The one because the Iron Man was in like November Takeover, but the Takeover before that, the SummerSlam weekend, that one.
Okay.
If you go and listen to Stone Cold's latest podcast, I think it was last Thursday. He and Bailey were actually watching that match on the podcast, and I was trying to listen to it last night, but I fell asleep. I'm gonna go back and listen to it again. And they were critiquing the match, and Stone Cold was out because even Stone Cold said that's one of his favorite matches in recent.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's gonna fucking put your match over, shit,
Mm-hmm.
And and Sasha was healing it big time in that match from what I heard, but I haven't. I'm sadly to say, man, I haven't. I've seen highlights, but I've never watched the match in its entirety. But somebody got a fucking tweet at the Rasslin Cafe. What the fuck, dude, is going on with Bailey? She's like, it's like they don't give a fuck about her anymore, or they're just stringing her along until the big feud with Sasha Banks. Now they got
Yeah.
something big, kind of like what they were doing with Banks and stringing her along with Alicia Fox. So I don't know, man. It's just if you ain't got nothing for them to do of importance, so let's throw them in some piece of shit feud like with Fox and Bailey just jump in here and there, blah 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 blah. Fuck, why don't you just put all the women on one show, or just have the women go to both shows? If because people say it's hard to book. How do you book a 3 hour show? Have you ever been in this position? I don't give a fuck, dude. Just because I haven't been in there, just put everybody on one show. At least the women. You ranted, I ranted. Sorry. But I just feel bad for Bailey, man, because she don't deserve this shit, dude. She don't deserve the heat.
No, I don't. I agree.
She don't deserve the heat the backlash that she gets from some of these idiots around here. But so guys, they're smart enough to know, hey, it ain't her. It's just creative.
Exactly.
Like that one time when she came out and read poetry on Raw.
Yeah.
During that Charlotte feud, I'm like, oh man. I mean, so Bailey, it's at it's me Bailey. That's her Twitter. I should follow her.
Yeah, I already do.
I don't follow many people on Twitter because I don't know who to follow. That's interesting. I followed Ellsworth by accident.
Oh man.
No, because you know how Twitter gives you these suggestions.
Yeah.
And I did see something funny though when somebody was calling him a loser, and he's like, "You spelled loser wrong, loser." Um, that was funny. But let's get to the main event. We touched on it a little bit earlier.
Got to talk about Lames and Strowman.
Oh shit, I forgot about it. I totally forgot, man. Because how would I forget when they've been? We talking about Dean Ambrose and The Miz feuding since January. Okay, Roman and Strowman have been feuding since January. But between the two feuds, I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna put you on the spot, dog. Dean Ambrose and The Miz, they've been feuding since January. Roman Reigns and Strowman have been feuding since January. Which out of the two feuds have you been more interested in between the two? I don't care if you don't like them either or.
Well,
Which one do you like more between the two?
I've been more into the Strowman, because Strowman, you know, at least you know, they have some kind of direction that they are trying to go with him and everything. And I mean, I enjoy seeing Roman Reigns get his ass whipped. So, there you go.
I love it. I've been enjoying the feud. It's one of those, it's going to be over because I just love it because the way they booked him in the past, they booked Roman like Super Cena, like nobody can't touch the motherfucker.
Exactly.
And that's why I enjoy it, because it's like Roman, no matter what he does to this monster, he just can't seem to put him out. And that's what I love about it. It's just, I mean, like last night, he popped out of the ambulance, but still, Strowman like chucked him across the stage. Still,
Yeah, but I honestly think, as much as I hate this, I honestly think that they are going to let Roman Reigns go over. That's what I think they are going to do with this match here.
That's a hard one to call. See, they met at Extreme Rules, right? That's the last pay-per-view, and Roman lost that match, didn't he?
Well, at Extreme Rules now, Strowman wasn't able to do that match.
Wait, so the last time they met, who won the match? Payback.
The last time they met, I think it was Roman Reigns who won, because remember, I think Roman Reigns got a pin. He's the only one who's pinned Strowman. And what was the name of that freaking pay-per-view?
Payback?
I don't remember.
Fastlane?
I think it was Fastlane.
Well, that was towards the beginning, but I mean, didn't they have a match after that somewhere else?
They done had a few matches, but it's been so much shit, I don't even remember.
I don't remember if it's we're bad guys. We need to take note.
Yeah.
We need to download a whole
I'm really thinking that I'm thinking that they are going to try to make Roman look strong in this match. I really think so. And, well, if they were to do it right, both of them would look strong, because if the direction that they are trying to go with is, putting Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam or whatever, and I mean, what are they going to do with Braun Strowman if they do that? I mean, I don't know, man. It just don't make any sense. But not to rush it or whatever, but or go way out there. But I really don't want to see Roman Reigns go against Brock Lesnar again at WrestleMania. I don't want to see that again. I think it would really be stupid, in my opinion. So, I mean,
I totally agree, but the E is banking on Cena's winding down. Brock is not going to resign. They're putting the future in the hands of Roman Reigns. Period.
Now, I did hear something. I'm going to tell you this. Speaking of Cena, I did hear that they said this might be the best time right now, since, so many guys are going out and Cena is probably gonna be straight part-time in it. After the next WrestleMania, they need to go ahead and put Roman Reigns against John Cena.
I was about to say that too, as I was thinking about the booking.
And I'm definitely, as much as I don't like John Cena, I'll be cheering for John Cena.
I can tell you how the match is gonna end, man. He's gonna do the super punch like 5 times. Super Cena's gonna get up each time. He's gonna go for the spear, and then he's gonna catch him in the spear, and then turn it into the AA, and then he's gonna try to pin him, and Superman 2 will kick out, and then it's just gonna go back and forth, back and forth. I don't know, man. Well, I think Cena's gonna put over Reigns next year if they go that direction. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's good to know, though, man. It's how do I say this? You know, we're not marks that know the future. I don't want to know the future. I don't want to know how they're gonna do it. But it looks it's cool not to know because I like being surprised. So if they end up doing Cena and Reigns, that'd be cool because it'd be just like the Finn Balor and Cesaro I talked about earlier. It'll be the first time that happens. And fuck the babyface heel dynamic because the crowd, they got their split crowd for both of them, So I just hope it don't turn out because at Mania you got everybody from around the world showing up. I just hope when Cena and Roman Reigns fight, it don't end up like WrestleMania 20 with Brock and Goldberg, where the crowd just shit all over both of them. But that was a different story though, because that was a different story because the reason why the crowd shit all over them is because they knew they were both leaving.
Yeah, but I think the people are going to cheer for John Cena over Roman Reigns. I absolutely believe that.
I agree. I mean, the boos, just when he comes out, dude, it just rains boos. I mean, Roman has to, like the last time he was on the mic, he has to fucking tell the crowd to calm, not literally tell him to calm down, but he because he knows it's coming, the boos. So he's like, wait, hold on, you guys are gonna like this. I'm like, nigga, please. They're gonna.
For real.
You just put the fucking mic. You just put the fucking mic to your mouth, man. You don't even say anything. Just like the day after Mania, you don't say anything. They're gonna boo the hell out of you. But I don't know. I was thinking about this too. Like the beginning of Raw, since it's the beginning of the show. I think that's when the crowd just gets all whatever you want to call it. They start getting very defiant, whatever, because at the beginning of the show. But let me paint the picture here to try to make more sense. Because if I remember one episode, Roman came out. It was that match that he had with Samoa Joe. Okay, it was towards the end of the second hour. I don't remember the date, but it was recent. He had a match with Samoa Joe, and at the beginning of the program, Roman came out. He was booed like a motherfucker. Right, there was no cheers, straight heavy boos. But when when he came out towards the end of the second hour of Raw, the boos weren't so heavy. You know what I mean? There were more mixed reactions. So what I'm saying is, I'm thinking the reason why the crowd gets all into it at the beginning because it's the beginning of the motherfucking show. So everyone's gonna try to show off or be defiant or whatever, depending on who comes out. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that came across to all you listeners. But basically, I mean, that made sense. But all I'm saying is put Roman like in the second part. Don't bring him out at the beginning because the cameras just started rolling. So the first reaction is just boo the fuck out of somebody or cheer the hell out of somebody.
Yeah.
Because I have not seen anybody else get that kind of treatment at the beginning of a show. Heavy boos like that at least. But yeah, I'm just gonna say fuck it, dude. It's gonna be Strowman because they want Strowman and Lesnar at SummerSlam. I don't see him chucking around, Strowman for suplexes.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to say Strowman, but I'm really thinking that they are probably going to let. And I'm gonna tell you, I hope that you are right. But I'm gonna go at Roman on this one. As much as I hate to.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say that too, but I'm pulling for Strowman because he's been, like you said earlier, they should not touch him booking wise. They've been great with him. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone. Let him be this unbeatable monster. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he annihilated Cruz on Raw this week, and then um, Titus O'Neil tried to get into space. He bombed on O'Neil.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Put him out.
Yeah, so and I will stick with that. Maybe towards the end of the week I might change my mind, but as of right now, I'm pulling for Strowman. Because I got to think more about the feud. It's been going on for 6-7 months. I'm like, okay, we couldn't remember who got the last pin, you know, on each other. But
Yep.
all right, so now let's go. We finally reached the main course here. Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
I will
Man.
say this is the best out of all the feuds that Brock has had. This is the most entertaining build up that I've seen. Samoa Joe.
I agree.
Samoa Joe punks out the manager. Joe comes back. They get into a altercation where the crew has to back them or keep them apart. Joe kicks him out. The next meeting, he Brock gets jumped from behind, and like I was telling you this past weekend when I was talking to you, man, I marked out like a bitch, man, when that happened last week. June 26th episode of Raw. Brock was on his way to the ring, and Joe just wally whopped Brock from behind, and he was.
Put him out of his misery.
Yup, and everybody had to break him apart. That's fine. But just the fact that he bombed him, came at him from the back like he used to do with Seth Rollins, that was killer.
Yep.
And then this week, I know they tried to change it up because they were doing the sit down thing in different arenas, different part of the arena. But check this out. I was reading a review last night. Okay, so they're both heels. Brock was acting more like the babyface than Joe was. Joe was acting more like a heel. I mean, how did you view it last night as a babyface heel dynamic? Who seemed more like the babyface last night? Who seemed more like the heel?
Definitely Brock. Definitely Brock is more of the face. And it's been like that for a little while now. Especially with even no, not with the Goldberg match because he was more of a heel with that, but with this match here with Joe is definitely a super duper heel, and basically I think that with Joe jumping on Brock and all of this and punking him out the way that he's done, I think that pretty much flipped the script to make Brock look like a face. So, but you already know that the people are going to have mixed reactions, with both because both of them, people love both of them. And everybody wants to see this match. But like you said, it seems like Brock is more of a face. And I think he's more of a face than he's ever been.
Just the way they played it last night on Raw, it just seems like, I don't know. It's just okay. Samoa Joe was all amped up. He wanted to fight. He wanted to fight,
Mm-hmm.
and Joe was just like this cocky heel. Like, okay, you're the one looking for me. I'm not looking for you. Blah 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 blah. And I'm not going out there to fight you. It really kind of went backwards, I guess, because it's like Brock was always known to like, I'm gonna kick your ass. I ain't afraid of you. But Joe wanted him to fight, but Brock didn't even move. He just still sat there in the room with Paul until
Yep.
Joe found him, but they had to break him apart. But regardless of the babyface heel dynamic, I don't give a fuck, man. It's gonna be entertaining. They're gonna boo that person at one point, and then they're gonna cheer that person at one point.
But my question is, for last night, why did they even bring Brock to the show?
Well, haven't you noticed that during the entire build-up, this is the first time he actually said something? People.
I mean, goodness, yeah.
I get you. I feel you, bro. I mean, you said the other day, off record here, like, man, he got a kick-ass schedule. He getting paid $5 million a year,
Mm-hmm.
and just to show up to do basically nothing, you know. So,
I was just wondering why in the world, out of all of the times, out of the couple times that he's faced face off with Samoa Joe last night, there was no purpose to even that. To me, that was like them wasting a date.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he could have just stayed home for that, for what they did last night.
Or they could have just pre-taped it, like
exactly,
and did a video package. I guess what they wanted to do was suck people in some more, like, oh, Joe is finally gonna get to Brock, because that's how I think that's how they're trying to approach it. Like, because the last time he did jump on Brock, but Brock was fading out. He didn't literally pass out. He was almost there from the clutch, because he didn't pass out because it got broken up. So I think they're using the MO. The creative team is like thinking, okay, maybe the crowd will tune in and see if these guys will, if Joe will get his hands on Brock. Because going back to that babyface thing and heel thing, it just seems like Joe is the babyface that really one gets his hands on the heel champion, but he just can't seem to do it. I don't know, but I agree with you. It was a waste of time. They could have used that towards a video package like they did earlier in the night. But predictions, we've said it many times. Joe, unfortunately, will not be going over because they got bigger and quote better plans for Lesnar.
Although he should, but
exactly. Although he should, I mean, in my opinion, and I'll even go ahead of saying he's probably been the best booked ex TNA wrestler in the WWE, in my opinion, next to Samoa Joe. Shit. What's his name? Styles.
You talking about AJ Styles? Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. I mean, he stayed on par. Let's go into the fictional part of this all like we should be, because it's all entertainment. But I really liked how he stayed on point with Lesnar. Like, Lesnar, during the promo exchange, he was like, Lesnar's like, well, he started name dropping The Rock, The Undertaker, this and that, this and that, this and that. And Joe came back like, Daniel Bryan, and then this person and that person. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I really thought it was awesome that they kept Samoa Joe on the same level as Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And that what's really exciting me about this feud, because normally they always cast his opponent like to be dominated, but they really kept Joe on the same level as Lesnar to a degree.
I'm gonna have to go and watch that segment again too, cause I just want to check it out again.
Yeah, well, you do that. I'm gonna go look for that baller thing because I want to actually try to find out where that N bomb was because I wasn't really paying attention to it towards the end because it was dragging for me and that got getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
So we're gonna reach the end here in a couple of minutes, but I said that last time and then we fucking end up talking for another 20 minutes. I think just more shit just keeps popping in my head. All right. What match are you looking forward to the most on the pay-per-view?
Man, that's a no given. That's I'm definitely just gonna be Brock and Samoa Joe. Definitely.
Man, I thought you was gonna say Goldust and R-Truth, bro.
Nah, I'm not on your level now. I'm with the big boys.
Samoa Joe and Lesnar, indeed.
Yeah, definitely.
That is gonna be like a big fight feel, man. I really hope they treat it as such, as opposed to when Brock comes out and Joe just jumps in from behind. Which, let me just ask you this quick little question. Traditionally, the champion always comes out last. There's a lot of people, because earlier we talked about respecting the business, you know?
Yeah.
Traditionally, the champion always comes out last. What are your quick thoughts, if you have any, about who comes out first, who comes out last? Because
I think that it should be just the way you just said. The champion should come out last because I've even said something about that before. I think, and the people that I've talked to about it said that they didn't see the big deal, but I do. I see the big deal
it's
because I mean,
tradition, man.
yeah,
Tradition. It's always been that way.
mm-hmm. So
All right.
I mean, I just really think that the champion, no matter what the champion, no matter if it's the women's champion, no matter if it's the uh, cruiserweight champion, intercontinental U.S. tag team, whatever the case may be, the champs ought to come out last. So,
Damn, I'm already hearing fireworks going off.
oh yeah, they've been doing that here last night. They started off here last night.
I gotta bring my dog inside, man, because I know she's gonna be scared as fuck. Like last year,
Yeah.
she was banging on the side gate trying to get out.
Yeah, my dogs hate that fireworks too. They were acting a fool last night, and my wife had to be to work this morning. So
Yeah. So yeah, Samoa Joe, I know we predicted the winner here. It's unanimous Samoa Joe, but quick thoughts. How do you see the match going? Do you see suplex after suplex after suplex, or do you see
no, sir.
or do you see
Hell
Brock
no.
avoiding Joe?
I see Brock. I think Brock is gonna go head to head with him, toe to toe, whatever. But he's not gonna all them suplexes that he's done to all of these other guys. Oh no, that's not gonna go down with Samoa Joe. I just do not think so. I think this is gonna be a really ugly match. I think this is gonna be UFC type of shit. Oh man, they're gonna really be fighting this one.
See, what I
So,
meant by avoiding, I don't mean like showing up or whatever. I see him just being the
oh, I know what you're saying. He's gonna try to hit and run.
like the chicken shit type heel mixed in with the experienced guy, you know?
Yeah, but I don't think Brock is gonna do that. I think Brock is gonna go toe to toe.
But what,
Because
experience
they can,
wise, go ahead.
huh?
Oh, I was saying experience wise because I remember Joe saying, hold on, shoot, I got a frog. Samoa Joe said last night that he had 20 years, over 20 years. I'm like, damn, man. Like I said, both these guys are equal. That's why I enjoy it. I
Yeah,
mean, yes, Brock has been in the game for, experience wise, outside like NCAA and blah, 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 blah. You could say the same thing, but Joe is right on that same level. You know what I'm saying? As
exactly.
far
Yeah, because
as.
Joe has training in different. He has martial arts training, MMA training, different stuff like that. So he's on the same level. So I just think that they are going to go toe to toe. But I think that Brock ought to do it, in a smart way and kind of tag and run, tag and run. Not to say run, but just like you said, avoid as much as you can.
And are you saying that Brock's going to do like the Mayweather approach?
Not exactly, because Mayweather is a straight bitch. But anyway, I think that Brock is gonna kind of. I don't know. I just think that Brock is gonna try. He's gonna have to play it smart, and I think that's what he's gonna do.
Because one of the comments, were made about Joe's emotions. Like Corey Graves was saying, if he doesn't get his emotions in check, it's gonna cost him the match. And
I don't know about that, man, because Joe food.
So I think Joe's gonna get all amped up and somewhere make a mistake, and Brock's gonna capitalize on it. I just can't see who's gonna come out and cost him the match, or because we both know that both wrestlers need to be protected on whoever loses. You know what I mean? So I just can't.
Yeah.
But maybe it just be simple. Maybe Paul Heyman will be the deciding factor of why Joe loses. But I'm gonna be surprised as hell, dude. If Joe wins, dude, I won't smoke a cigarette for like a week. I'll be that shocked.
I ain't gonna say that. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm really excited for Joe.
If Joe win, I will be very, very surprised.
And
I think that will be the shocker of the year. I really do. So far.
Yeah, man. One thing that I wanted to mention, because we keep forgetting a lot of shit. At the end of the year, we gotta look over the year of the E, and so think about the feuds and the ups and downs and blah 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 blah, and our predictions for the next year. I think that'll be fun. We'll podcasting together by the end of 2018, but we should be.
I don't see no reason why not.
But yeah, folks, we reached the end of the podcast, and I really appreciate you guys visiting us again. And it's the 4th of July. I hope everybody, by the time you guys listen to this, I hope you guys had a safe 4th of July. I'm not much of a 4th of July guy. I don't really give a fuck about the fireworks. I mean, back in the teen days, yes, it was the greatest thing. Cool. But I just don't care. I guess that's what happens when you get older. You just don't give a shit about most things. Hope you guys enjoy the fucking Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. I still can't believe that's a name. I really hope that's replaced next year.
I don't know why they came up with that, but oh well.
And I didn't mention this at the beginning. If you guys have made it this far to the end, again, thank you. You can find us on Stitcher, Google Play, iTunes, and TuneIn Radio, or you can just subscribe using the RSS feed on the website right there at theraslincafe.com. And I'm searching out for guests here. Eventually, we're gonna have somebody come up on here. It might be another fellow fan, such as us. But
yeah, and if you love wrestling, whether you are a female or male, shoot, hit us up. Send us a comment. We might just have you as a guest.
Yep, give us some 5-star ratings, and we will read it on the air. At least I will. It will be read on the air, and let us know, good and bad. What you like, what you don't like. We like I said before, I'm not gonna start being a babyface Charlotte and start crying over your fucking comments and shit. But we do thank you for listening. Share it with everybody. We're still working on the Facebook page, and we'll see what's popping up with that, and we'll let you guys know when that goes live. But the next podcast, we're thinking about doing a Battleground review, and we are going to do a fantasy booking type of podcast. And go ahead, Southern, let them know what we're going to be talking about, what we mean by fantasy booking.
Basically, we are going to take modern day guys, wrestlers, women, guys, whoever, and we are going to book matches. Basically, to see who, to say who we would like to see have a feud or a match, whatever the case may be. So, basically, the guys who are in the company right now, we are going to basically talk about who we'd like to see in a match or a feud, whatever the case may be.
And if you guys have any to mention, send us a tweet. I mean, maybe there's something that we don't think about. Like this referee against that referee. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They actually had shit like that, man, back in the day, bro. I mean, they had referees, dude, in feuds, man.
I remember.
Like Nick,
I remember.
Little Nick Patrick, remember him?
Yep.
The crooked referee.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's gonna be popping off. We're gonna do the preview. For Battleground, which is gonna be coming here in July 23rd for SmackDown. I haven't been paying attention. Well, I've been really busy with life, but so I'm gonna read up again and see what the main. Do you know what the main event's gonna be for that? Oh yeah, the Punjabi prison match.
Yeah.
And I don't see Randy winning that one, so there you go.
Nope.
I think they're pushing the motherfucker all the way to SummerSlam, and someone's gonna take it from him. And just to quickly talk about this, I see Sami Zayn and Mike Canales.
Yeah.
For a feud, but we'll talk about that later. Because I just had to mention that because I really love the sound of Maria's voice, dude.
Yes. I love the look of her face and the look of her body too.
And she's educated too, bro.
Yes.
She got a fucking master's degree, I think.
Yep.
That's the perfect package right there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Smart and sexy.
Yep.
But on that note, guys, again, I already plugged us on Twitter. At Big Southern, at the Rasslin Cafe, www.therasslingcafe.com. What else is there? And like I said, Google, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iTunes. Just search for the Rasslin Cafe. Space out those words, and then you can find us there. And we will catch you guys for the next podcast. And again, we hope you appreciate. We hope you will enjoy the pay-per-view this weekend. Great balls of fire. Until next time, peace, folks.
Okay, we're being southern.
Just set the bar.